So Alex, that's 3 games on the trot against the 3 top sides in the division, and I have to say, we've looked close to all of them across those 3 games, and today we got the win as well on top against the side who were pushing for promotion. Yeah. So how do you feel after that and over the last 3 games, really?
Yeah, we weren't just close to them today, we were much better than them, and I'm not being disrespectful to Saltash because they're an unbelievable side, pushing right at the top of the league, and it's a high pressure game for them. And we've come in and absolutely bossed it from minute 1 today. That was our best performance of the season, without an absolute shadow of a doubt. The energy we exerted, especially into the first half, and that was my worry really, because we were so on top in that first half and created so many opportunities to win the game in the first half, let alone stay in it, to win it. And we were so poor in front of goal, which is why it wasn't an outstanding performance, because defensively and up until the 18-yard box was as good as anything I've seen us this season. And then we were just really, really poor in front of goal, and I was worried it was going to come back to bite us, because when you play the top teams, you don't get many, and we had so many in that first half. I was worried we'd use them up, and a lot of energy as well. We were everywhere. The two in midfield were nippy, and
we were chasing everything down all over the place, and really the shape was good. And as you say, it was just that last, it's the final ball thing again, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. And okay, that I take that, because it meant that behind it was good, and we need to be solid, and we really restricted them to very, very little. But then we really continued it into the second half, and I think they started on top, and the game-changing moment was the red card. I think it really then gave us the impetus to. It's not that we were. It sort of gave us the opportunity to pick them off a little bit more, and we didn't really do that in the first half, and they had to open up because they had to win it, and then it was all about using that extra man and taking care of the extra pass and making sure we finished it. And then, I think shortly after we scored, didn't we, Archie scored a really, really well taken goal.
Yep.
And then, do you know what? I just feel we should have ended up 3, 4, 5, but we didn't. We didn't pick them off, and we got a little bit loose, and they stayed in the game, and they equalised with 2 minutes to go, and you're just left thinking, how on earth are we in this position? We absolutely bossed it. And then, to our credit, we straight from kick-off, put a lovely move together, and Arch does what Archie does. He goes and finishes it off. It's an excellent performance today, and it was deserved. If we'd come away from anything other than 3 points, it would have been criminal. So,
but I think that summed it up. I mean, there was always that point where you think at 1-1, with 2 minutes to go or something like that, is that if people are going to settle for that, and we didn't, and we chased everything. And I think we even heard the Saltash keeper going, well, they're chasing everything, we've got to do the same.
Yeah.
And Sol was bombing down the right after lost causes. Ethan was doing the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it was across the front.
We knew we had to exert loads of energy into the game today, and that was the game plan. And we gave Mousel a real good go, but come up short. And we had to do the same, just more out of respect for the league. We played as strong a side we could have done for Mousel, and same again today. And it was an outstanding performance. And we've got a few bruised bodies then, and we can look at it next week to see where we are. But it was a hell of a shift from everyone today.
Yeah.
And that shows what we can do. And it's whilst you're delighted with the performance and the results, there's a slight element of frustration as to the last 3 games. You said we've run close, and where's that been at key moments that we've needed to, when we've not been playing the top sides, because that's the first time we've beaten a top 6 side this year, and we've saved it right to the very end. So it's there. It's my job about getting it out of the group and making sure we're more competitive throughout the season, and we don't just save those performances as one-offs. They've got to be regular.
Yep.
And I said to the lads at half time, they were really happy with our first half performance at 0-0, and I said, no, I'm not happy. It's not good enough. We should be 3 or 4 up, and we should have won. And it's that change in mentality we've got to shift, not being happy to play well and not be ahead in the game. We've got to become more ruthless and be disappointed at half time that we haven't won the game. And that's where we've got to get to. But yeah, that's looking too far ahead, and enjoy the win today, and I'm sure the supporters appreciated the amount of running and effort that we put into it on a really hot day.
Yeah, everyone was saying how much they saw everyone really putting the shift in today, and it really made the difference, as you say. And it's in this team, so it's a question of making that consistent in the future, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the plan, and we'll take lessons away from the 2 games against Miles and Saltash, because to see how it's different at the top and how they manage it, and today what pressure can do if you don't manage it well, and decisions that people making silly decisions, and talking about the red card, and we can learn from that. So it's a young group, that's why we're inconsistent, but it's our job to make sure we're more
Yeah, great. Well, very well done for today, and
Thanks.
we'll see you for the last one next week.
Well, thank you.
Cheers, mate.